It's the start of the ASU women's hockey season. Finally, after long last, the Sun Devils will be back on the ice to take on their crosstown rival in the GCU Lopes. We'll have all the action for you right here on Inferno TV. Hello everyone and welcome ringside in the Mountain America Community Iceplex alongside Lachlan McTagg. I'm Ari Wall, so glad you could join us. Well, Lachlan, this is a different Sun Devil hockey team than we've seen in years past. 16 new players to this year's roster. They're ranked 7th in the preseason ranking. Despite that, they finished 10th last year in the overall ranking, so already an improvement, and they haven't even taken the ice yet. So like being said, the new roster for the Sun Devils this year, a lot of new faces. What impresses you most about the team so far, and what are you most looking forward to as they kick off the 2024-25 season?
Yeah, I think in talking to some veteran players, Sam Murphy, Ellie McKenna, as well as head coach Lindsay Ellis, there's a ton of competition here for each roster spot, and just because the lineup looks like this tonight doesn't mean it'll look the same tomorrow night, so on and so forth. So tons of competition, and just remarking on the skill of this freshman class. ASU, they still believe they're just as fast, just as skilled as last year, even though they do have 16 newcomers. I'm looking forward to seeing the compete level of all these freshmen here in their first college game.
Well, head coach Lindsay Ellis will be back at the helm for another year for the Sun Devils. Last year, 17-3-0-1 for this ASU hockey team, and they seem to just be leveling it up every year. They go to the WWCHL playoffs, they win it, and then they lose in nationals, don't win a game. Next year, they do win a game in nationals. That was last year, and here they are going into another year. We're going to get to see someone in net for the Sun Devils, a familiar face, someone who led them to nationals last year, and that is Quinn Eatinger. And what's special as well is not only was her season phenomenal last year to finish it off against Liberty with 70 saves, but she'll also be wearing a letter on her jersey.
Yeah, it's not every day you see a goalie wear a letter on any hockey team at any level, so when that happens, it's pretty special for this Sun Devil team. And Eatinger, a junior goaltender from Chicago, Illinois. She was 15-1-1 last season. She commanded the starting role. She had a .949 save percentage, nearly untouchable, and led the Sun Devils to an undefeated record in the WWCHL, as well as garnering national media attention after that 70 save performance against Liberty. She was their rock all season last year, and they'll have to depend on her once again to get the job done.
Well, there will be some familiar faces. There will be some new faces for the Sun Devils as they take on their crosstown rivals, the GCU Lopes, to start off the 2024-25 ASU women's hockey season. Stick around with us on Inferno TV. Lachlan McTagg and myself, Ari Wall, will have the call for you. Stick around right here. We got puck drop coming up in about 7.5 minutes. Stay with us. Moments away from the start of the 2024-25 women's hockey season, the Sun Devils and the Lopes will get set to square off here at the Mountain America Community Iceplex in Tempe, Arizona. Alongside Lachlan McTagg, I'm Ari Wall. We'll give you the starters for both teams briefly before puck drop. Sun Devils will be rolling out goalie Quinn Eatinger. We'll have Ellie McKenna, the captain, on the defensive line alongside Kate Streak, who will be making her debut for the Sun Devils, the freshman defenseman. As for the forwards, Kylie Brown, Kylie Labolts, and Sydney Paulson will be the three forwards. The Sun Devils will roll out there. For the Lopes, they'll have Ava Johnson, Natalia Hui, Peyton Hewitt, Reese Gingrich, and Kelsey Bonello, with Olivia Cronin between the pipes. On the far side of the ice, the Sun Devils will start near side from our vantage point here on the left side of the ice rink. The Sun Devils in those white jerseys, black pants. The Lopes in their blacks with purple numbers. And this should be a good one, Lachlan, as at long last, the women's hockey season, at least for the Sun Devils, the Lopes already 2 games underneath their belt, but for the Sun Devils, they'll finally take the ice for the first time as this 2024-25 squad.
Yeah, a bit later than usual, but the calendar has flipped to October. That means hockey season is right around the corner. The NHL kicked off this morning in Prague, and what a better night to start the 2024-25 season than right here in Tempe.
Face-off comes to this near side boards, and it'll go down into the ASU attacking zone. Quickly a shot, never made its way on net, and the Lopes will try to get it out of their own end as the Sun Devils will start here on the attack. Around underneath the goal line, spinning towards the net, and now firing a shot on net is Kylie Brown, the freshman forward. As mentioned, getting her first time on the ice for the Sun Devils. Joined on this top line, a lot of newcomers, 16 new faces to the Sun Devil team. We'll see how head coach Lindsay Ellis and his team can gel in their first game together on the ice, going against the crosstown rival GCU. Spoke with head coach Lindsay Ellis before this game started about playing your rival GCU. Obviously the animosity seems to be there a little bit more than against a regular opponent, and she'll try to hope that those penalty minutes do stay down and that the team can stay disciplined throughout the course of the game. Long stretch pass never made its way to Gingrich, and it's taken over and skated the other way by Georgia Designé. She still has it up against the boards. Spinning with it, sends it across to Maya Draper. Draper had it knocked off her stick, and now here comes GCU possessing the puck for the first time today. They'll skate it all the way down. Around it goes. Hannah Coons first to it. She chips it along. Kylie Labolts can't get it out. And that opportunity wasted as it's sent forward for Draper. Whistle and offsides, 8:48 to go in the first period. And the Sun Devils so far possessing the puck to start this game, despite the new coming faces.
Yeah, and boy, those 2 freshmen on that top line, Kayla Label and Kylie Brown. Kylie Brown establishing forechecking pressure early, stripping GCU defensemen below the goal line and creating an opportunity for herself. Interested to see how the rest of the freshmen do in their first college game.
Long face-off win. It was up into the skates of Jarvis and now turned over right in front of the net. Taken away by Claire Bolin. One of the new defensemen to this team as well, a freshman defenseman. She can also play forward. Feel like I'm going to say that quite a bit today with the new freshman. Comes a possible 2-on-1 chance on the far side. It was Olsen trying to slide one through. Pardon me, that was Powell trying to find Draper. Sun Devils still with it. Again, Powell, Draper fighting for possession finally. GCU comes away with it, skates it past the red line. Enough for no icing. And back to retrieve it is Claire Bolin. Long stretch pass. This line stays out there with Powell. You'll see Powell, Draper, and Sam Murphy out there together. All 3 go for a change now as the captain skates to the puck. This is McKenna, the captain, just over top the net, wearing the C for the Sun Devils here throughout 2024-25. Lopes get to it and look to clear the zone. They do. Past the red line. Again, they'll dump one down the length of the ice. No icing. Behind the net. Gathered by Streak. Here's McKenna. Tripped up. No call. GCU keeps it. Trying to slide one through. It did make its way there, but it wasn't able to be fired on net as Paige Breen is able to skate it all the way down and into the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. She fires a quick wrister. It's turned away by Olivia Cronin. 2 shots on goal in this game, both for the Sun Devils. Across McKenna. Slides one down low. And out of harm's way it goes into the far side corner. Kept in at the blue line by Streak. Hard hit into the boards. Possession stays, though, with the Sun Devils as they're able to change behind the play. Hannah Coons comes onto the ice. Streak almost lost it, but was able to send it back down low. Sun Devils with an extended shift here in the offensive zone. No real chances as a result, but able to hold on to the puck. Below the goal line, this is Powell. Right in front, a shot by Burmeyer. And that was knocked away. Still, though, in the offensive zone. GCU cannot seem to get this out of the zone. Finally, they get it close, and they will clear it. Full sail change for the Lopes as everybody comes off. Risking almost too many players on the ice. Sent back into the offensive zone, though, quickly for ASU as Kylie Brown skates in with it. Tried to get a shot off. It was blocked in front by a Lope. Chance to clear, and they do. Now an opportunity for the Lopes on the attack. Good back check by Dezane. Around the boards it goes for Coons. Pressure comes. Gingrich was there. Sun Devils with it in the defensive zone. Chance to send it long for Paulson. Past the red line into the offensive zone. Here is Paulson, one of the returners from last year's team. Feels like there's more fresh faces than returners. Sydney Paulson, a senior forward, was a big part of last year's team. Led the team in scoring, had 33 points last season, 21 assists. Long stretch pass into the offensive zone. Draper chases after it. Two new defensemen on for the Sun Devils. As they keep possession of the puck down below the goal line. About 5 minutes into this opening period. All offense in terms of shots on goal, 3-0. And they've dominated puck possession so far, but this game could change in a hurry if GCU gets an odd-man rush. At the red line. Good pressure from the Lopes to nearly knock that puck away. That was Elizabeth Ramsey on the back check, and now all the way down into the offensive end for the Sun Devils. Rimmed around the boards, kept in at the blue line. This is Powell fighting for it. A long pass goes down the length of the ice. Immediately waved off by the referee, no icing. So we've eclipsed that 5-minute mark. Behind the net, Jarvis sends one across for Powell. Or pardon me, Draper. Jarvis again. Long pass ahead, goes off a skate of Murphy. Sam Murphy, of course, a veteran to this program, the senior now for this Sun Devils team, holds the record for most points for an ASU women's hockey player. 28 points in 25 games last year for Murphy. Long pass will go all the way down. This will be icing. 13:58 to go in the first. It's been all ASU to this point. They've been able to dominate these opening close to 7 minutes.
Yeah, they've been attacking in waves. Their forecheck is also layered, making it really tough on those GCU defensemen below the goal line. There's really not a lot up the middle. They're clogging the middle, and their defensemen, we saw them be so aggressive last season on the half wall, pinching down. We've seen Kate Streak and company as well keep pucks in on that half wall at the blue line. Such an important area to win if you want to keep possession of the puck, and the Sun Devils doing a really good job of that.
Well, one thing as well, if you look at last year, Sun Devils were certainly, they played with a lot of speed. They had the physicality as well, and I know Chase Beardsley, one of the ASU women's hockey reporters, in some of his interviews that he had with freshmen, newcomers to this program, he talked to them about what are some of the things that maybe are different in those first few practices, and some of the themes from that was that maybe with the Arizona Kachinas for some of those teams, that they had to play with speed and maybe not so much the other aspects of the game. They were just outpacing their opponents, but now with head coach Lindsay Ellis and everything that comes with the college level of hockey, it's a little bit of everything. You've got to be fast, you got to be physical though as well, and all sorts of different aspects to the game. So far, Sun Devils have looked good so far. Of course, it's going to take probably a while for them to get their footing as a team with a lot of the new faces. You can get a lot of that in practice, but maybe not as much until you step on the ice for the first time in a real game action. Lopes yet to get their first shot on goal. Maybe a chance here as they have a 2-on-2 opportunity. They do fire a shot, but it's blocked up into the skates of Hannah Coons. That was a good point for the Sun Devils last year as well. They were strong defensively. A lot of new faces on that defensive side. Ellie McKenna on that top defensive pairing with Kate Streak. Last year's Sun Devil team was good defensively, and of course, Kuhn Eatinger did her part in the net. One of the top goalies in the WWCHL, and that's something we haven't touched on either as well, as the Lopes regain the zone here onside. goes down below the goal line. The Sun Devils no longer in their old division of the WWCHL. This is into the netting behind the net, stays free, and DeZane will control it below her own goal line, send it across for Hannah Coons, who looks to play it out of the zone. Good tap pass, gets it to the blue line and into neutral ice. No longer in the WWCHL, so they will be independent this year. So perhaps the record may be a little bit lower from what we've seen from ASU in years past, but certainly projected to be one of the top teams, projected to get back to nationals, as this pass was nearly dangerous in front of the net. Paulson was there on the doorstep. Ranked 7th in the preseason. They finished last year as the 10th ranked team. They went undefeated in WWCHL play last year. They were a perfect 15-0. This year we'll see how they fare to start things off against the GCU team. 2 games under their belt, like mentioned earlier, 1-1 to start the year. These 2 teams will be back in action as far as we know tomorrow in the AZ Arcadia ice rink. GCU hosting that game. No official start time from anything I've seen for when that game will begin. 5-0 shots on goal in favor of ASU, I should say, with 11 minutes to go in this opening period. Sun Devils regroup in their own zone as Bree Powell skates it across the red line and into the offensive zone. She's tripped up, no call. And off the boards it goes in a game like this where GCU seems to be on the back foot. Perhaps a penalty like that, not on their side, but perhaps an ASU penalty could be what they need to get their footing in this game, as they haven't had really any sustained offensive pressure so far. Near side shot goes over the net and will get back into the neutral zone.
Yeah, although GCU has not had their latter portion of the shots, they've kept ASU to the perimeter for the most part within the offensive zone. And you know what, against a team that's going to bring a lot of speed against you, that's kind of what you need to do.
McKenna was able to get it to the point where Kate Streak rims it around the boards and a near side shot goes off of Cronin. She's been up to the task so far. We thought maybe we'd see Hannah Schneidmiller in net for the Lopes. Instead, it's Olivia Cronin who gets the start. She saved all 6 opportunities. That one was maybe one of ASU's best. On the short side, right in front of the cage, and Cronin held strong. GCU is in on offsides and unable to tag back up in time with Sophie Armit. So a whistle, and the faceoff will come out of the zone here as we just eclipse the halfway point in period number 1. 9:59 to go. Very good crowd, very good crowd here on hand at the Iceplex. A lot of fans showing their support. I'm sure there's a lot of GCU fans here as well. Not too far of a travel for them to come down and watch some women's hockey. ASU fans in strong support, hoping to see a win in their season opener, as Coons' shot was blocked at the blue line. In front of the net, deflection, they score! Paige Ring on the doorstep, puts it into the back of the net, and the Sun Devils have their first goal of the 2024-25 season, and it is Paige Ring, the sophomore, who gets on the board first. Looked like it was assisted by Hannah Coons at the blue line, and the Sun Devils strike first, and they lead it 1-0.
Boy, that's just a case of get it there and good things will happen. Hannah Coons just threw that towards the stick of Paige Ring, and a good high slot deflection. That's really hard for goalies to pick up, and right above the glove hand of Olivia Cronin, and it's 1-0.
Well, Paige Ring coming back for another year was phenomenal for the Sun Devils last year as they get another quick opportunity. Ring was fantastic last year, 15 points in 19 games behind only Anita Fleming. And I believe, if my memory serves me correct, I want to say she had the first goal of last year's season, which came here at home as well as a freshman. You might hear over the PA announcement. It is Paige Bryan who picks up her first point as a Sun Devil. She gets an assist on that goal, as well as Hannah Coons, the sophomore, who will get her first point of the 2024 season. So you look for some of the newcomers to get involved. Paige Breen does, picking up an assist on the opening goal. Came just over the halfway point in this first period. 8-0 shots on goal for the Sun Devils, but more importantly, 1-0 thanks to a goal by Paige Ring. Lopes will look to answer. The Sun Devils continue to keep that sustained pressure, and they're able to change their defensemen off the ice quite a bit while keeping the puck in the offensive zone. This time GCU is able to cut it out. Off the boards, banked out of the zone by Mia Jarvis. The other way with speed. Here's Amanda Benson, falls to the ice. Into the corner. Skated on in. Maybe a chance inside, and it's out of the zone or out into the far side corner. Sun Devils keeping that pressure on. Knocked off the puck there was Brown in front, and that puck deflected into the corner.
Yeah, that was another one of those high slot tips. That was off the stick of Sydney Paulson. Boy, she's got a scoring knack, same with a lot of these ASU forwards.
Looked like Jarvis was going to try to get off the ice. She couldn't, though, as GCU comes back the other way. A high shot, and they score! Reese Gingrich finds the back of the net to even the scoring. And on the first shot of the game for GCU, it's a familiar foe, Gingrich, the senior, who's been a thorn in the Sun Devils' side for the past couple of years for GCU, who breaks the scoreless drought for GCU and gets on the board to tie this game.
You know, as much as you can love as a coach sustaining offensive pressure and not holding your opponents to a single shot, goalies don't always love that. You know, going over half a period without seeing a single puck or really touching the puck since warm-up, never easy, and a laser beam above Quinn Eatinger's glove hand ties it.
Well, Gingrich has been here for a while for GCU. She's played this Sun Devil team throughout its evolution. The senior, one of the veterans on this team, comes through to tie the scoring on the first shot of the game. And perhaps, like you say, Lachlan, maybe just a little bit of rust for Eatinger, as you hadn't really seen anything come her way in a long time. About 13 minutes in this first period before GCU gets on the board, and here we are all squared away back at 1 apiece.
And this is going to be a huge shift for the Lopes. They got to establish some kind of forechecking pressure because the Sun Devils have just had their way getting out of the zone efficiently. And especially after you've just tied it up and kind of stunned them a little bit, you got to keep your foot on the gas.
Trying to do so as a pass goes just too long for Maya Draper. At the red line, it's off the boards, and the Lopes will regain the zone, perhaps in the other direction as well. GCU, maybe some adrenaline momentum now in those legs after getting a goal on the board. Long pass ahead, goes off the stick of Breen. As the Sun Devil goes down to the ice, referee's hand goes up, and perhaps, yes, we will see the first penalty of the game. It's a chirping call. We'll see who it goes against. It will be against GCU, we know that much. And it's Faith Horner, who will sit for 2 minutes. The Sun Devils will have a 5-on-4 advantage, trying to retake the lead as Horner is whistled for 2 for tripping.
Yeah, Faith Horner just got her skates caught in Sydney Paulson's skate. It looked like just back checking, and rather unfortunate as the puck wasn't really close by, but nonetheless, we'll get our first look at the Sun Devil power play.
Immediately off the face-off, they fire a shot. That was Coons. Couldn't get it on net. She'll have to go back to try to retreat it, join alongside Bree Powell. You see the two of them on this power play unit. Ellie McKenna out there as well with Sam Murphy. And it's Sydney Paulson. Those are the 5 skaters out there for the Sun Devils on this 5-on-4. 30 seconds already gone on the penalty. The Sun Devils will set up the offense, get into their set formation as it goes right in front of the GCU bench. Coons at the top, down low to the face-off dot. Shot from McKenna goes wide, kept in by Paulson. Murphy will change behind the play. The Sun Devils will bring on a fresh skater. It's Kylie Brown who will join the play. 1 minute gone on the penalty as GCU looks to clear, and they do. Coons stops it at the red line for a quick re-entry into the zone, but she's a little too eager, and the Sun Devils are in offside. So 1:03 gone in the power play for the Sun Devils. No shots on goal thus far, and all things considered, GCU's tightened up the defense as well. The Sun Devils have been stuck at 8 shots on goal for quite some time in this opening period.
Yeah, and again, they've just been clogging the middle of the ice, and if all else fails, I mean, the puck's got to go through the middle at some point to get in the back of your net. So if you clog the middle of the ice, it kind of makes it tough, and they're just trying to frustrate ASU at this point right now, but they've just got to keep working it around, and eventually, if you keep up the pace that they've gone thus far, mistakes will happen.
Good forecheck there. Able to get the puck out of the zone. Sun Devils re-enter quickly in front of the net. Goes all the way to the top where it's kept in by Shriek. Across. Now back to Shriek at the point. 25 seconds to go. On the tripping call in front of the net. Skates into the corner. This is Kylie Brown. Brown slowly plays it, tried to go back to the point for streak, but left it too far, and the Sun Devils are forced to tag up. Back into the zone they go, maybe one last chance with 10 seconds to go. It's knocked off the stick of Kylie Brown. Eatinger will bang her stick with 3 seconds to go in the power play, and it's a successful penalty kill for GCU. Just one shot on goal during that time. There was a quick shot there on the doorstep as Brown tried to jam it home. Both teams will bring on a fresh 5 skaters, and we've got a whistle. Got another penalty perhaps behind the play. Looks like it's ASU who will be going to the box. Perhaps too many people on the ice.
Yeah, I think they just got there was a miscommunication at the bench, and as the play was on the near side by the blue line, I mean, you don't see that very often. Usually when the puck's at the bench, too many players come on, and that's oftentimes when too many penalties are called, but I guess there's just a bit of a miscue, so it'll be a bench minor, and GCU will go on the power play looking to take advantage here.
Sun Devils will have Sam Murphy, Mia Jarvis, Paige Breen, and Hannah Coons as their 4 skaters to begin this 5-on-4s. GCU put some of their top scorers out there. Natalia Saldi will be out there. Kaylee McNeil in there as well on this 5-on-4. McKenna Brugraff, Natalia Hui in the play as well. Already about 20 seconds gone on this GCU power play. For the Sun Devils, Mara Draper is the one serving. Just the one shot on goal so far for GCU in this game, and it's been the one that counted. Reese Gingrich putting GCU on the board. For the Sun Devils, it was Paige Ring. She had the first goal of the game, put ASU on top 1-0 at the time. That's a long hold there from Cronin. No whistle. She's able to keep the play alive. And now GCU will look to start up their attack. Have been yet to possess the puck here in the offensive zone and set up their plays. Jarvis would like to keep it that way as she kept possession all the way until about the goal line before she lost it. Good pressure by Coons. Banks it off the boards and out. Over a minute gone in the power play. 45 seconds remain for GCU. Chance shorthanded in front. Paulson, backhander, score! Sydney Paulson, shorthanded. And the Sun Devils retake the lead. It's 2-1.
Boys, Sydney Paulson started that play and finished it. On the forecheck, she cut the ice in half. She didn't allow the GCU to move the puck laterally from D to D. And Kayla Label was right there on the forecheck, poked it loose, and Paulson was wide open in front. And good decision going to the backhand. She had a wide open net.
Well, we mentioned Sydney Paulson coming back for another year. The senior, one of the top scorers last year. The top scorer overall in points and assists. And she gets the Sun Devils back in front with a shorthanded goal to put the Sun Devils on top 2-1. 3:10 to go in this first period, and still 35 seconds to go for GCU on the power play. Kylie Label, like you mentioned, picks up an assist on the play. That's the only assist. So now 5 individuals for the Sun Devils have their first points of the 2024-25 season as Label picks up her first assist. That's her first point as a Sun Devil as well. The freshman forward coming over to Arizona State, making an immediate impact. 9 seconds to go for this GCU power play. Ellie McKenna will look to try to waste the rest of it. She sends one across up the length of the boards for Powell. And back it goes for McKenna. Power play over. Sun Devils not only kill it, but also pick up a shorthanded goal over the 2 minutes. And now with 2:20 to go in this opening period, Sun Devils will look to try to get into the intermission with a lead. Into the offensive zone. It's skated in by Olsen. Fourth line out there for the Sun Devils. In front of the net. Maybe a chance in front as a wrister came off the stick of Lula Swanson. Slap shot from the point. Whistles wide. Kept in by Bolin, and now below the goal line, Ring fights for it in front again. Backhanded wrister by Swanson. It's turned away by Cronin, who's now made 12 saves on 14 shots. And Quinn Eatinger, no saves technically in this game. 1 shot faced and 1 goal. Ring skates in past the face-off dot, tries the center one. Comes free to the point. Another slap shot. And again, just wide, kept in to the glove of Cronin. And another whistle with 1:25 to go, and maybe a little bit of pushing and shoving. Not the first time, or not the only time. We're going to see that over the next 45 or 42 minutes, I can imagine.
Yeah, and more good sustained pressure, and what poise at the point once again from Claire Boland to get it across to her partner, Mia Jarvis.
Well, there was more to that pushing and shoving, apparently. So Sun Devils are going to go to the box here for 2 minutes. Well, 1:25 if they can kill off the rest of this period, but it's tough to see exactly who went in the box. So I believe it was either Olsen or Powell. It was Evelyn Olsen who goes to the box. 2 minutes, didn't see the call. Slashing is the call. Slashing the goaltender, to be more specific. So 1 minute 11 to go in the first period. This power play would carry over if the Sun Devils can clear it. Shot was blocked by Ellie McKenna, and it goes into the neutral zone. McKenna tried to send it down the length of the ice, could not. Sam Murphy has it in front of the penalty box. Comes free, and McKenna will go back to regroup. 40 seconds to go in the opening period. Goes off a stick, and it's gathered there at the blue line by Draper. And she'll just wedge it up against the boards, looking to kill some time, not only in the period, but also on the power play. Had it up against her skate before she's able to feather it down. Paulson went to chase, but couldn't get there in time. And GCU will start up the other way. Outnumbered as the Sun Devils get back well defensively. Paulson joined alongside Coons. Coons comes away with it as Ava Johnson has had nowhere to go, walled off on that attack. Long stretch pass. 8 seconds to go in the period. Sun Devils get to it first. Another shot, and it's turned away by Cronin. And that looked like perhaps a grab by GCU behind that opportunity for the Sun Devils. Or will it be ASU going to the box? It is GCU, so we'll skate 4-on-4 for 4 seconds.
Yeah,
Peyton Hewitt goes to the
great
box.
pressure by Kayla Leibold. She just hustled up the ice, was digging in, and she won the race to the puck and beat out Peyton Hewitt, even though she had a bit of a head start. Hewitt did, and good job to move her feet for Leibold and draw a penalty, as Hewitt really didn't have any other choices. She was going to be a clear-cut breakaway and on goal there if she didn't hold her.
The end of the first period. The Sun Devils and the Lopes will skate 4-on-4 to begin period number 2 for 35 seconds before the Sun Devils will then go on a power play. That's what's on tap for the second period. But first, let's look briefly at that first period. The Sun Devils, 2 goals. Of course, that's what matters. 2 goals to 1, but also shots on goal. 16 for the Sun Devils, just 1 for GCU. And I mean, all things considered, the Sun Devils played almost a perfect period, except for that shot by Gingrich, which just whistled past. Quinn Eatinger maybe caught her a bit by surprise and led to the Lopes only being 1 goal down.
Yeah, and that was the Lopes' best opportunity of the period, clear cut. I mean, they caught Mia Jarvis going for a change. She kind of switched up her mind last minute, and her gap control wasn't the greatest, and Gingrich just walked right in on goal, and again, just a laser beam above the glove of Eatinger. But for the Sun Devils, they got to try and find their way to the middle of that ice in the offensive zone. They've kind of been cycling it down low on the perimeter, but they haven't really feathered too many passes through the middle portion of the ice in the offensive zone. And if GCU continues to stay tight, all you got to do is just get the puck to the net and have people and sticks there. And you never know, one bounce of the puck one way or another, and one person can be open, one person has a wide open net. You really never know when. That's why you just got to get it there, and anything can happen.
Absolutely, and as we look forward to the rest of this game, of course, the second period will begin with some penalties already on the board, and I'm sure that will be a theme for the rest of this game. Of course, head coach Lindsay Ellis said to try to be disciplined, but when you're playing your crosstown rival, there's only so much the coach can instill on the teams. It's about those teams going out there and playing. So we'll take a break here between this first and second period. Hopefully we'll have an intermission report for you as well, so stay tuned for that. That'll come up in just a few minutes. There's 14 minutes to go until the start of period number 2, but stick around as we'll have an intermission report in a bit.
James Mackey, Jordan Talley here for Inferno TV. This is your first intermission report, Jordan. In that first period, ASU dominates 16 shots on goal, 2 goals, 1 on the shorthanded, 1 on the power play. GCU makes it a 2-1 game with 1 goal on 1 shot. What did you see in that period from GCU?
Very, very strong defense on GCU when they were on the power play. Besides the shorthanded goal for ASU, they were very strong keeping the puck in their zone, just keeping it attacking on the attack. Obviously, 1 shot on goal, but they it was just very good at very good defensive plays by GCU in the Sun Devil offensive zone.
Let's take a second to talk about that ASU power play. Very good puck movement around the outside of the zone. GCU did a really good job of taking away the high opportunity areas down the middle. If you're ASU, how do you combat that next time you're on the power play?
I mean, just like creating more shot opportunities, more clear open opportunities, getting that strong force in front of the GCU net, more open, more stronger defense for sure. I
would like to say Quinn Ettinger picked up where she left off from last season, a 70 save game against Liberty in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that was a loss for them here. 1 shot on goal that's been marked so far. I believe there's probably been more than that. We haven't caught them.
Yeah.
1 shot on goal turns into a goal for GCU. So if you're ASU, you have to get your head right heading into the remainder of it. We will see you on the other side for the second intermission report. We'll be back with more second period action after this.
Back here on Inferno TV, we thank you so much for spending some of your Friday night with us here on the broadcast, watching some women's hockey to start off the 2024-25 season. Alongside Lachlan McTagg, I'm Ari Wall. Well, after the first period of play, the Sun Devils lead it 2-1. We're going to start this second period with a 4-on-4 after both teams will have someone in the box. Through those opening 20 minutes, the Sun Devils strong on the forecheck, quick, and GCU seemed to be on the back foot. Only one shot on goal today, but it was the goal by Reese Gingrich. But either way, the GCU seems to be on the back foot for the most part when the Sun Devils are aggressively doing that forecheck. What can GCU try to do through these second 20 minutes to try to sustain some extended pressure and get away from that strong forecheck for ASU?
Yeah, ASU is a super aggressive team, especially on that back end. They're pinched in a lot almost every single time that puck is rimmed around. So for GCU, although the forecheckers are bearing down on them, they have to try and get that puck elevated and try and make the defenseman reach for it with their hands and play it that way, because that can cause chaos, especially if that puck goes off the glass into the chest of an ASU defenseman. You never know where that puck may bounce. And if you have two wingers streaking up the ice, all of a sudden you're in on an odd man rush, potentially 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 3-on-2. So you got to get the puck elevated, get it off the glass. The glass is going to be GCU's friend here to try and beat this aggressive forecheck.
Well, with the second period, the ice flips. The Sun Devils will now attack towards our vantage point, towards our camera over here. And two people in the box. Peyton Hewitt will serve 1 minute 56 left on her penalty, and Evelyn Olsen is in the box for the next 35 seconds. So we skate 4-on-4 for the next now 30 seconds before the Sun Devils will go on the power play. Both teams have had power play opportunities already in this game. The Sun Devils didn't score on their first power play opportunity, but they did score on special teams. Shorthanded, Sydney Paulson got the second goal of the game, as this is deflected by Sam Murphy wide of the cage. Paige Ring had the opening goal, and then it was Gingrich who tied it up before Paulson, shorthanded, gave the Sun Devils the lead.
An interesting 4-on-4. ASU going with 4 of their 5 top power play unit players. Just shows the versatility not only of Ellie McKenna, but the rest of the players on the ice to be able to adapt now up a man. They have their first power play unit already out there.
Well, not the way you want to start your power play, as it's sent down the length of the ice for icing, so it'll be an offensive zone draw coming up for GCU. 1:12 to go on the Sun Devil power play. They lead it 2-1. 16-1, the shots on goal in that first period. Quinn Eatinger, amazingly enough, no saves in the first period. And on the other side of things, Olivia Cronin has faced a couple good shot opportunities that she's been able to stop and keep this at a 2-1 game. And with it just a 1-goal game, anything can happen. Like we saw with Gingrich's goal, 1 goal could be the difference in this game, and 1 opportunity could change the landscape of the game as well. Under a minute to go in the power play for the Sun Devils, as they do control it here in the offensive zone. It's skated around by Labels. She feeds it down low. Paulson back for Labels. Looking for an option. She spins it back down low. Carried in by Powell. Powell keeps it before she hands it off for Kylie Brown. 35 seconds to go. Brown back to Coons. Coons, a slap shot deflected by Paulson, and it was stopped by Cronin. It stayed there for a moment. Finally back to Coons it goes. Here's Brown. Brown spinning with it. 20 seconds left on the power play. Nearly lost the handle. She's able to give it to Coons, but it gets off her stick, and that is going to get back into the neutral zone now. Just 10 seconds to go. Pass goes just a little too long for Labels. Here's Labels with it. Try to go back to the point, and this will go out of the zone. And so the Sun Devils again on the power play, unable to score. Unsuccessful on both of their power play opportunities. In quickly, try to feed it to the slot, and and Swanson could not control that pass from the corner. Sun Devils again re-enter with speed as Swanson gives it to Ring. Ring at the face-off circle. Tried to feed it in front. Was knocked away and cleared. Into the offensive zone. Here come the Lopes. Looking to equalize as we approach 3 minutes into this second period. At the point. Down below. First to it for the Sun Devils is Swanson behind Eatinger's net. In the corner. Kept in at the blue line. As a slap shot off the stick of Elizabeth Ramsey makes its way into the corner. And now the Sun Devils will look to try to clear it, and they do as they bank one off the boards. Ring gathers and lofts it. Cronin forced to play it into the corner. First there for the Lopes is Kelsey Bonello. She spins it all the way around the boards. Peyton Hewitt is hit by Powell. And here comes GCU back through the neutral zone. Good back check. Taken off the stick. Stopped up at the blue line. Lopes come back in with speed. Hit up against the boards, as it looked like that was Gingrich, who was already on her way down while she was hit up against the boards. Looked like it could have been dangerous there, but she's able to get back up in a hurry. GCU maintaining possession. Ava Johnson spins around the cage with it. Two Sun Devils greet her. Possession won by Coons. Able to get it out, but Powell couldn't control the pass. Down it goes. That's icing and a stoppage 4 minutes into the period. ASU will get an offensive draw.
Boy, GCU is doing a lot better of a job at winning those one-on-one puck battles. They hardly won any and hardly came out with the puck in those small areas, and that makes a lot of difference. I mean, you see GCU is sustaining a little bit more offensive zone time and winning battles at the blue line, and if you can win the blue line, you can sustain more offensive pressure and create more momentum that way.
Quick shot off the face-off win. Gathered there by Cronin. It was the shot off the stick of Taylor Burlmeyer, one of the sophomore forwards on this team for the Sun Devils.
Playing with Liv Leavell and Evelyn Olsen. Leavell wearing a new jersey, number 25, switching from 2 that she wore last season. But Olsen and Leavell were in the bottom 6 for ASU almost all year long and had elevated roles as the season went on as well, and specifically in special teams. So interesting to see how they work together once again for another year.
Another quick shot off the face-off. This time it was the other blue line player, Mia Jarvis, who whistled one wide. This is Jarvis back with it. Sun Devils re-enter the zone. Carried in. And off the stick of Lavelle, it goes into the corner. Behind the net, here's Taylor Burlmeyer. No more Maddie Platson on this Sun Devil team, the number 27. Now into the hands of Burlmeyer. Off the boards it goes and out. Speaking of old faces in new places, Sheridan Gloyd rejoins the Sun Devils on that assistant coaching staff position. Always fun to see one of the Sun Devil legends of this women's hockey team in years past, all-time leader in games played, back with the Sun Devil team. Several of the freshmen have talked about sort of knowing of Sheridan Gloyd, maybe not knowing her personally before she came here to help out with the Sun Devils, but fun to see a familiar name for many of you in maybe not a new place, new spot on the bench perhaps with this Sun Devil team, rejoining her former coach Lindsay Ellis on this coaching staff.
Yeah, in a year where ASU has so many newcomers, it's good to get someone with a lot of experience on ASU and just kind of instilling the culture in these freshmen and keeping that legacy going forward. That's the motto for their team this year, leave a legacy. And, you know, to have an ex-player from a couple years ago be on your bench and be an instrumental voice going forward, that's huge for a team who's has a lot of expectations, a lot on their plate this year, a busy schedule ahead, and, you know, just another voice of experience for this Sun Devil team.
Carried in by Brown. She lost the handle. Still in the zone. A wrist shot from the point handled by the right pad of Cronin and deflected out of harm's way. So the Lopes clear the puck into the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone now as the Sun Devils retreat. Trying to go the other way with speed. Passes into the stick of Sydney Paulson before she loses possession. Forecheck comes by Kylie Labelt. Maybe forced the turnover as here comes Coons. Knocked off her stick. Coons gets it back right at the blue line, keeps it in. Across, Brown, Paulson. Tried to get back for Coons. GCU might have had an opportunity there. Sorensen was about to turn on the Jets before she lost her footing. ASU was the one who sent it back their own direction, no icing. Over 6 minutes gone now here in the second period. Still 2-1 ASU. Paige Ring and Sydney Paulson, the 2 goal scorers for the Sun Devils. Reese Gingrich has the lone goal for GCU. Still just the 1 shot for the Lopes in this game. This was approaching the point where we had our first goal of the game. Paige Ring scored about this point in the first period. See if the Sun Devils can do it again in the second. They do! Sam Murphy, who else, finds the back of the net. The third Sun Devil goal of the game comes off of the stick of Murphy. And now a 2-goal lead here in the second period.
Boy, Murphy had an unusual amount of time at that far post there. You could see when she was celebrating from our vantage point, she looked kind of surprised. She just threw it to the net. She didn't really know why she had that much time. A bit of a defensive breakdown at that far post, but nonetheless, not a person you want to give time and space to if you're the Lopes, and that's why she makes you pay. 3-1 ASU.
Also, the Sun Devils, about midway through the period, are able to find the back of the net for a second straight period as Sam Murphy gives the Sun Devils a 3-1 lead. And now down to the ground goes Murphy. She draws a penalty as a shot comes in from Powell. And ASU will go to a 5-on-4 advantage here for the next 2 minutes. Not the response you were hoping for if you're GCU after giving up a goal. As a Peyton Hewitt will head to the box for 2.
Yeah, Peyton Hewitt just tried to step up. She was in no man's land really in the middle as she had Murphy bearing down on her full steam ahead, and she just stepped in front. And with the limited contact rules in women's hockey, you can't exactly take body on that play, and that's what Hewitt did, and she will get a penalty for that. And ASU hasn't quite been able to crack this GCU penalty kill. They've kept a tight base in the middle of the ice and allowing ASU to move it around the perimeter, but not many other places in that offensive zone.
You've mentioned keeping the puck to the perimeter. GCU's been able to do a good job of that as they try to feed the inside. This time they do, and they score! Lula Swanson, her first of the 2024-25 season, her first as a Sun Devil. The sophomore finds the back of the net. It's the first power play goal of the season for Arizona State, and it's a 3-goal lead.
Boy, just a perfectly drawn up play. Lula Swanson playing the bumper position there, and that's one thing on this second power play unit. They have Kylie Brown on her forehand. She's a right-hand shot going down that far side wall. She's able to kick that back easily to Lula Swanson. And there was also a player crashing the back door, so GCU putting all their eggs in one basket, trying to cover that backdoor pass, and they had Swanson wide open in the high slot, and she made no mistake.
GCU looking for a quick answer. Her shot goes wide. So the Sun Devils with 2 goals in less than a minute span. First Murphy, and then the power play goal by Lula Swanson. And it's a 4-1 Sun Devil lead. Paige Ring, you might have heard, gets an assist on that as well. So that's now her second point of the game.
And check that the assist goes to Taylor Berlmeyer, as it wasn't Kylie Brown, but Berlmeyer, the right-handed shot, nonetheless doing all the work, carrying the puck down that half wall, feeding it to Lula Swanson.
Well, good signs for the Sun Devils. New faces getting points here to open up the season for different goal scorers as well. Puck sent in. Sun Devils go to chase. Evelyn Olsen has it deflected into the corner, stopped up at the blue line by Bolin before it's taken away. Here comes GCU, perhaps on an odd man rush. Sun Devils do well to defend. Still in that offensive zone for GCU as goes off a stick and kept in. Into the corner. Wrist shot from the face-off circles gathered up by Eatinger, and a whistle with 11:30 to go now in the second period. Still a 3-goal lead for the Sun Devils as they have 2 in this period. Have opened the scoring up a bit over these middle 20.
And GCU getting a few more shots on goal. They're total up to 5, and good for Quinn Eatinger to feel the puck a little bit more as this game goes on.
Yeah, you figured it wasn't just going to sit at 1 all game for GCU, though they did go a long time there after the Gingrich goal deep into the second period before finding Eatinger again for a shot on net. This one was skated in by Leibold, but could not get a shot away. And as Coons gets back to it, sends one across. It goes off a stick of Leibold and now is carried into the offensive zone by Kylie Brown. Brown right through the doorstep, and a shot goes just wide by Paulson. Still in front, looking to find Leibold. Couldn't get a shot away. Man, there's a grade A chance for ASU. Cannot convert. And GCU loses possession. Paulson was there behind the net, couldn't get to it. And the Lopes look like they'll be able to clear, and they do. Man, Paulson was right there on the doorstep. She got her stick to it, just wide of Cronin's cage. Otherwise, she would have had her second of the game. Below the goal line, it's sent all the way around the boards. Stopped there by Natalie Saldi, of GCU. This is Saldi with it. Goes off an ASU stick, so no icing. The Lopes will go for 4 skaters off. They'll keep one out there to forecheck as Ortega stays out there and does a good job to forecheck, nearly forces a turnover right in front of Eatinger's net. Off the boards it goes. Held in the neutral zone by Coons. She keeps it for a moment. The puck just slides towards Cronin's net, and she'll cover. Whistle, 9:51 left in the first period. As the Sun Devils have continued the scoring. 2 goals in this period, 4 in total.
So Murphy wins the draw back to Powell. She had that poked away from her stick. Murphy regains it. Skating low in the zone, fires one towards the net. That's kicked away by Cronin. Behind the goal, that's Elaine Richardson who moves it up the wall. It's as far as Ellie McKenna. GCU gets it out. It's a bank pass, home run play. Just missed, but no ice. GCU will win the race to the puck. Shoveled in front. Rebound is loose. It's wild scramble in front. Who has it? And somehow, some way, Quinn Eatinger covers that puck. But boy, it was only a matter of time until we saw the crosstown rivals engage in a little extracurriculars in front of Quinn Eatinger.
Yeah, we saw it maybe just the one time in front of Cronin's net, and it resulted in a power play. GCU got a power play out of it. This time it looks like ASU might get a power play out of it unless the Sun Devils are going to have a skater off the ice. No, they won't. So after that pushing and shoving, it goes the other direction. The Sun Devils are getting 5-on-4 here.
I believe that's Rory Ortega for a rough. We'll see what they officially have it as, but the Sun Devils send their second unit out there.
GCU minor penalty, number 12, Rory Ortega, 2 minutes for roughing.
So there we go, I got it right. Face-off one there by Brown. Now Ring. In the middle, Swanson fires one on the net, off the glove of Cronin and wide. Brown. To the half wall for Swanson, back up top. That streak across for Paige Ring. Ring looking cross ice. No one home there for ASU as Brown gets it. Streak. Fires one to the net. Blocker saved by Cronin. Paige Ring recovers. Streak will walk the line. Surveys. Finds Ring at the near circle. That pass blocked. GCU trying to get it out and then get it as far as the blue line. We'll see if they can carry it the rest of the way. That's Reese Gingrich. Gingrich into the offensive zone. Finds a way on goal. Shot got blocked. She has a chance here to find a man in front. Can't do it. Shovels one in front, but 5 ASU players swarm there as this puck is below the goal line. A bit scrambly here as things will settle down for Kylie Brown. Cuts back across center ice. Enters the blue line virtually untouched here as she shields the puck. Swanson fires to the net. Oh, almost found the 7-hole there of Cronin. GCU will clear this the length of the ice. As Streak in a race there with Sorensen. Streak able to win that battle and pushes it up the wall for Brown. Brown has room and will skate this. Now rips it cross ice for Brianne Powell. She settles that down on her stick. Powell cuts back and surveys. ASU makes a change. Unit number 1 out there on the power play. 27 seconds left to go. Coons winds, fires. That's blocked. Oh, that stung GCU player there.
I think the puck got up into her jersey, perhaps up near the cage.
And I believe that's Jenna Sorensen with the block. I think that went off her skate and right up into her kind of neck collarbone area. A soft spot, not a lot of equipment up there, so getting a puck, even if it's a deflection, certainly hurts.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see her. She's staying right now on the bench, getting tended to. Hope that just the wind knocked out of her, perhaps. Not easy to take a puck to the neck for sure. Great action, though, on both sides, both of these two teams. Sun Devils with a couple good chances, and Gingrich, what a game she's been having for GCU, got an opportunity and then was able to just keep the puck down below the goal line to waste some precious time off of this power play. She's done a great job on both sides of the ice.
Sun Devils 1 for 3 thus far on the man advantage. 21 seconds left to go. Face off to the left to Cronin, one right back to Brianne Powell. Now across, McKenna has space, walks in, fires and scores! Ellie McKenna rips one, and that's 2 power play goals for the Sun Devils.
Well, the captain leading by example on the ice finds the back of the net for the 5th goal. You mentioned the power play earlier, struggling on those first few chances. That's got to feel good for head coach Lindsay Ellis and the Sun Devil team that over the last 2 power plays they've scored on each. They've also got a shorthanded goal. Special teams in general have been a strong spot for ASU, and Ellie McKenna, the captain, gets it done on the man advantage.
Pinpoint precision, low blocker, a very good spot to aim as this one's ripped cross ice. So here's Berlmeyer on a partial break, cuts back, Berlmeyer shoots. Oh, it trickles just wide. Oh my goodness, a couple bodies hit the ice there as Evelyn Olsen was aggressive on the forecheck. Now getting back is Claire Bolin, banks it ahead for Olsen, potential 2-on-1 breaking here, too far for Berlmeyer. She couldn't corral that on her stick. Behind the goal for Olsen, looking in front. The skate of a GCU defender, but Olsen weaving her way through to the goal. No dice there. Pressure continued to be applied as that's Emerson Stoddard in the forecheck. She's listed as the extra forward tonight. Top line comes out. Here's Label. Bolin back for Label in the corner. Surveys. Label in front, hit a skate. That was Peyton Hewitt. Label continues to possess this puck in the offensive zone, has space. Now works it up for Jarvis. That was too far for her. Label has it once again. She threads it for Sydney Paulson. Paulson for Jarvis. Jarvis winds, fires, hits a stick, and that'll go up in the netting and out of play with 6:24 remaining in period number 2.
What a chance the Sun Devils had there with Taylor Berlmeyer. Her shot got off the glove of Cronin. Cronin did not know where it was, and it just trickled maybe an inch wide of that right post. Otherwise, Berlmeyer would have had her first goal of the game. Sun Devils, everybody's been getting involved in this game. The ones who've been out there a lot and the ones who've had just a few shifts. Everybody getting involved on the offense.
It's a potential partial break for the Lopes as that one hops off the stick of a player there. Is top line, top defensive pairing out there for ASU as Brianne Powell keeps that in. Powell, toe drag, feeds it down low, too far for Draper, but Powell gets it back, spins, fires. Hit a stick in front. Eva Johnson was the player who knocked that out. Kuhn steps up, but that puck has gotten deep by the Lopes. DeZane behind the net. Looking for a breakout pass, finds Powell. Powell stops up and will just bank this off the glass as Johnson stops that. Cross-ice pass intercepted. Here's Mara Draper. Draper working wide, has a step, shoots, and a glove save made by Olivia Cronin.
That's great defense there from GCU, and that's all Draper could do. She got a really nice shot out of that opportunity. She tried to go short side. Cronin was able to hold her post well. She tried to feed it underneath that glove. Almost did, but Cronin was up to the task, walled her off, and made a nice stop, her 26th stop of the game.
Third line on for the Sun Devils. Scramble draw, Paige Ring along the half wall, gets the puck. Banks it for Bryan. Page to Page on that play. Now Paige Ring carries in the corner. Fending off a checker. It's Kelsey Bonello, the defenseman there. Battle along the half wall. Puck comes out as it's Swanson. She's hauled down to the ice. No penalty on the play as the Lopes will go the other way. McKenna steps up and lays the body, and there goes the arm. So ASU will get a penalty as Ellie McKenna will head to the box. Boy, I must say a pretty textbook hit, but unfortunately that's not within the rules of the women's hockey game, so Ellie McKenna will get the gate.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly trying to make a defensive play. McKenna was. GCU player was able to get just past her enough that she felt like she needed to deliver the hit and sort of went to that side of the body, which is not a good spot to hit, so McKenna will have to sit for 2 minutes, and now this is an opportunity for GCU to claw a little bit back.
Sun Devils win it, but if Bonello holds it in the point, pass too far along the half wall. Deflects to Bonello, and she'll not walk it, keep it there, and it's on the half wall, fired and into the chest of Quinn Eatinger, and she'll hold on off the stick of Elizabeth Ramsey. The shots 31-9 so far in favor of Arizona State, as Sam Murphy will take the draw with Elaine Richardson to the right of Quinn Eatinger. One back, now space for Gingrich as she fires just wide. Now Richardson Down low, Richardson gets it back, top of the circle, back for Bonello. Doesn't have a lot of time as Murphy aggressive at the top, slid towards the far post. No one home for the Lopes. Scramble back behind Jarvis there. 2-on-2 battle ensues. Jarvis comes out with the puck. She tries to clear, but it goes as far as Bonello, the left point. Bonello has time, fires over. Now it's Gingrich at the top of the point. Gingrich hollering for it as Bonello, one-timer. Didn't get enough of that on her stick and cleared the length of the ice as Sam Murphy will try and win this race. Cronin clears it around, but Murphy will get there first regardless. Shielding the puck with her body, Murphy goes down.
Remember, the Sun Devils do have a shorthanded goal today. Sydney Paulson, the second goal of the game, came shorthanded.
Sun Devils have been known to be ultra aggressive on the PK. We'll see if they can enforce their will once again. Second unit out for GCU. Klassen. Top. And that is off the stick of Natalie Hui, but handled with ease by Quinn Eatinger.
GCU's been able to put some shots on net over the last 10 or so minutes. They had just the one in the first period. They had none through a good chunk of the second period, and now they're up to 11 in the game. So Eatinger's had to be a little bit more active, but still yet to find the back of the net outside of Gingrich's goal in the first.
Scramble as Kate Streak wins that battle. Good knockdown by Hui as Sydney Paulson breaks in 1-on-2. Saucers it in the middle as was looking for Label, but the Lopes will come away with this puck. 15 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Berlmeyer hustling back. 3 forwards out for Arizona State, 1 defenseman. Anticipating the extra man, Ellie McKenna, coming back into play. That penalty will conclude, so ASU has killed it off, but the Lopes still hold it in. Puck blocked in front. Paulson clears this, and it's Hannah Coons on a breakaway. She's being chased down in alone, just wide. Puck comes back off the glass. Another chance for the Sun Devils. It's put just wide. Berlmeyer wide open in the slot. Label, good job to avoid a check. But Natalia Hui tries to get this puck out, but Coons keeps it in as she has so often this game. Berlmeyer takes a check along the wall. Ring. She will rim this one around as it'll be Swanson to give chase. Now Ring back in on the forecheck. Rimmed around for Hui. She's rubbed out there. That was Paige Bryan. The Lopes will bank this just short of center, but it will not go the length of the ice as Dezane picks the puck up. Headmans it to Swanson. 2-on-2 breaking. Swanson tried to look for, I believe that was Paige Bryan in front. Couldn't get her stick on that one. Rimmed around, Bryan will give chase. Riley Benson there as well, trying to make a defensive play, but Bryan came up with it momentarily. We'll find Label. Label cuts back, has space in the slot. Elects not to pull the trigger there, but she still has the puck as she cycles it down low. No one home for ASU. Rimmed around. Claire Boland couldn't keep it in. To center they go. Now looking cross ice. No one home as Boland recovers. Turns up ice on her forehand. Hits Label. Puck held in by GCU. Jarvis. Evades a checker, steps towards the middle. Confident play by the defenseman, but ended up losing it. But no harm as her partner Boland was there and carries it behind her net. Finds Label. In the middle for Kylie Brown, breaks away. Brown 1-on-1, shoots off the glove of Kelsey Bonello. Now Boland tries to circle it in front. Richardson behind her net. 40 seconds left to play in period number 2. GCU looking to get the puck out of the zone. And they do. Now over for Bonello, and they will go offside. GCU making a change. Potentially could have impacted that. 32 seconds left to go in the second period.
The ice opened up there a little bit in the middle part of that period. A long time without a whistle. The Sun Devils had a great opportunity with Coons. Got a fortunate bounce off the glass as well, which resulted in a second chance after her initial miss on the odd man rush. And then Sun Devils just back and forth, and ultimately no damage done.
Yeah, Coons a bit out of her element. Had 1 goal last season. Potentially could have tied her season-long goal total with 1 shot on a breakaway as Murphy wires that one high. looking to get the puck back as GCU trying to clear this out. It was Richardson, but couldn't get it out as ASU has been so aggressive at that offensive blue line. Murphy gets it back, tries to fire that rink wide, eventually does. Now Draper, inside-outside move, double inside-outside, but I believe time will run out. There goes the buzzer. That'll do it for period number 2. Shots on goal, 32 for the Sun Devils, 11 for the Lopes. GCU, the lone goal coming in that first period. ASU, 3 goals in that second frame, Ari.
Yeah, well, better period for GCU on the offensive side, but of course on the defensive side, 3 goals allowed. Sun Devils strike for 3 in that middle period. Power play goals have been a bit of a strong point for the Sun Devils now, as they've scored twice on the power play. They've also got that shorthanded goal as well. So good to see for ASU that they're been active both on the power play side and on the shorthanded side, doing their job on the special teams aspect of the game. But overall, a good second period for the Sun Devils, just able to tack on. They've been outplaying GCU really since puck drop in this game. So to be at 2-1 after period number 1, and now here you are 5-1 after period number 2, you feel a little bit better about those final 20 minutes.
ASU looking to rest and recuperate during this intermission. Intermission show will be coming up momentarily. Stick right here with us on Inferno TV.
James Mackey, Jordan Talley back here with you on your second intermission report. This, again, game number 1 of the Arizona State University Sun Devils women's hockey season. Good night. A great period by the Devils, 3 goals, only 10 shots on goal allowed by GCU. Let's talk about it. Special teams, the name of the game in that frame.
Oh, yeah, for sure. GCU getting way more pucks on net than the first time. Just going in. Sun Devils, great aggression on their offensive possession, just making sure they're keeping that in their zone, or they're always putting on that pressure.
How important has Quinn Eatinger's performance been in this game for the Sun Devils?
I mean, the GCU has gotten a few great scoring attempts here, scoring chances, I should say, and she's just swallowed them up every single time. Obviously letting in 1 goal, but I mean, just her performance has been up there.
ASU looking to close this one out with a +5 goal victory, if possible, in the 3rd period. Lachlan McTagg and Ari Wool back to take you through that on the other side of this break on Inferno TV.
Welcome back inside the Mountain America Community Iceplex here in Tempe, Arizona. 5-1 is the score in favor of the Arizona State Sun Devils as we are ready to go. I'm Lachlan McTagg. Joined alongside me for period number 3 is Ari Wall as the Sun Devils on the attack with Kylie Brown. In front, no one home. Back to the point for Streak. Won the battle there as she tries to cycle it down low, but keeps it in. Heck of a play by her. She's had an impressive stick all game long. So of the Sun Devil defensemen in general winning one-on-one puck battles, that's been their strength. Now Brown circles back, has a head of steam going forward. Across the blue line, Brown cuts middle. 1-on-4, still somehow possesses the puck behind the net, and it's circled in front as Cronin will touch the puck for the first time here in period number 3.
I want to say thank you so much for your continued support of Inferno TV and ASU Women's Hockey. Before we even officially created this club, we created a GoFundMe, as some of you may remember, and because of your support, we were able to buy a whole bunch of equipment that helps us do these broadcasts, and we are currently in contact with the Iceplex staff here in the Mountain America Community Iceplex, trying to work through installing a permanent camera that will greatly improve the camera view that you'll see on broadcast moving forward. So there's a plan in the works to hopefully get that installed soon, thanks to your generous support. So we at Inferno TV just want to say thank you so much for supporting us ever since our creation and allowing us to broadcast these games for you, and know that we've got a solution on the way.
In front, one-timer scores. What a feed from Sam Murphy, and Brianne Powell has the goal.
Well, great job by the Sun Devils there on the odd man rush opportunity as Powell's able to find the back of the net. The 6th goal of the game for the Sun Devils. You figured after period number 1 with a 2-1 game that perhaps GCU was going to hang around and stay with the Sun Devils for a large part of this game, but as of late, the Sun Devils able to pull away, and an early goal to start the 3rd period. Powell, after a great season last year, starts off year number 3 with a goal.
Powell only played 11 games last year, 10 points in that time. Missed the second half of the season due to injury. Rested, recovered, and boy, heck of a finish there at the far post. So it's 6-1 as GCU possesses this puck here. Ring behind her goal. Double teamed, but is able to get it to Swanson. Back to Coons. Coons stops up and will start a controlled breakout. In the middle for Ring, tap pass. It's on the stick of Swanson. And across the blue line, Swanson has a shot, blocked in front, scramble, and that puck will get out of the ASU end. Mia Jarvis, right back on the attack. It's a bank pass in the feet of Paige Bryan. She couldn't corral that. Now Bryan right back on the forecheck, disrupts play momentarily. Now Burlmeyer comes in. Burlmeyer cuts wide. She's got a lane, backhander just wide. Now behind the goal, GCU goes, but the Sun Devils relentless on the forecheck. Burlmeyer has space, cuts back to her forehand. Fires a sharp angle shot that misses everything and comes out of the zone. It's a tough ask for Claire Boland to keep that puck in. So ASU has to recycle this play. It's Olsen in the middle, too far for her, but she regains that puck, cycles it down low. Circled in front, no one home for the Sun Devils, but it's Boland at the point. Shot save, rebound is loose for a moment, and Cronin got it with the glove. She had Burlmeyer lurking alone at that near post.
Taylor Burlmeyer has had quite an impressive game for the Sun Devils, her first in the maroon and golds, the sophomore, and she's been right in the middle of a lot of ASU traffic opportunities. She had a great chance on this side of the ice in the 2nd period. She's had a couple good chances here to start this period. She's already on the scoring sheet with an assist today, but her impressive performance may go a little bit under the radar. She's had a great game.
So Street keeps that puck in, and ASU possesses it below the GCU goal. 2-on-2 scramble. Burlmeyer mixing it up once again. It's this 4th line out here doing their job. Playing muck and grind hockey down below the goal line. Lopes able to come away with it, but the pressure of the ASU forecheck holds it in momentarily before that puck slides out. Now banked up by Bonello. Now Ava Johnson in across the ASU line. Johnson fires one to the net. Steered away by Eatinger. Johnson cycles it down low. Now Gingrich gets it. Circled in front off the paddle of Quinn Eatinger. ASU's not out of the woods yet. Gingrich applying pressure. ASU able to get it as far as the red line. And Bonello will retrieve. GCU banks this out. Streak will retrieve as time finds McKenna. Now McKenna in the middle, that hit the skate of Kylie Brown. GCU back to the attack. Hit the stick of Kate Streak. Now ASU has a chance to break away. That puck is too far for Kylie Brown. Kylie Label cross ice for Paulson, too far for her. GCU will go on the attack. Coons changed late, had to make up for gap control. Shot on goal, steered wide. And penalty upcoming here to Arizona State.
Looked like a trip, and it's probably going to be labeled going to the box. It will be. In a tough position there behind the GCU attacker, tried to make a move on the puck probably and ended up getting the skate instead. Tripping call gives GCU some life, up 5-on-4, but again, the Sun Devils have been good even shorthanded. GCU struggled to solidify a power play today.
Bryan wins the draw, but the Lopes will control. Ramsey over to Bonello. Tipped in front, steered wide by Eatinger. Puck still loose, and it hops just wide of the goal. Coons will retrieve at the goal line.
Arteaga with the tip on that pass.
Certainly one of the Lopes' top forwards goes off a hand. No hand pass called that time on the stick of Mia Jarvis. She fires this the length of the ice. Lopes will have to restart. 30 seconds gone in the man advantage. Bryan aggressive, but good poise by Bonello as she banks this out to center ice. No one home for GCU as it's on the tape of Hannah Coons. Coons to Murphy. Murphy rims it around and will give chase. Boy, wins the puck battle. Heck of a job by Sam Murphy. Continuing to kill time, 200 feet from the ASU goal. Puck in this skates there as penalty coming up on the play. I believe it'll be Sam Murphy. He'll get the gate. GCU pulling the goalie now. Potentially a chance to go up 2 men when ASU touches up. They still haven't. Richardson in front, they score! It's Reese Gingrich, that's her second.
Well, who you'd expect for this GCU team. Their top forward's out on the ice. Gingrich is the one who finds the back of the net, or perhaps looks like it's Elizabeth Ramsey, actually. You got 15 and 25 skating next to each other in front of the GCU bench. Ramsey was leading the line. Fed off the pass from Gingrich to find the back of the net. That's a power play goal, and there was a whistle and a delayed penalty behind the play. I know for D1 hockey that the penalty still exists, and it looks like it will, as the Sun Devils will still be down 5-on-4 despite the penalty coming on a delayed penalty, or the goal, I should say, on a delayed penalty.
Fixing the score clock now as they have 2 penalties up on the board, but Murphy is in the box for 2 minutes. It's a key loss for the Sun Devils as she's been so good on the penalty kill throughout her career here in Tempe. Paulson sends this deep. GCU will restart. So looking to gain some momentum on the power play once again. Good pressure applied by Paulson. Now it's Klassen. Stops up and has space. Drops it for Hui. Hui for Saldi, back to Hui. Fires one to the net, just wide. Armit, down low, pressured there. As Streak gets it and will rim this up the wall. GCU keeps it in. Wines fires, blocker save by Eatinger. Rebound is loose. Eatinger with another save on the rebound. Slapped around as far as Hui. Blocked in front, McKenna away. 1-on-1, Ellie McKenna has speed, she goes wide. Fires. Good defense played there by Peyton Hewitt, 1-on-1. The damage was limited there by the Lopes. We'll attempt to go the other way. GCU changing. Taylor Klassen dumps this in. Oh, close call. McKenna almost put that in her own net. Outlet pass to Jarvis. Jarvis looks cross ice. We'll find Paige Bryant. Dumps this in. 30 seconds left to go on the Sam Murphy penalty. GCU restarting in their own end. They get across center red. Virtually untouched there. Pressured by Coons on the near side. Now banked ahead and knocked down. Arm is in the air. And this will be a penalty upcoming here, so 7 seconds of 4-on-4 before ASU goes back on the man advantage.
Yeah, Mia Jarvis does a good job trying to push that puck down the length of the ice and make something happen out of it. Kelsey Bonello will head to the box, interfering with Jarvis, as Jarvis was able to get past her enough to force that contact. And now here we go again, 7 seconds of 4-on-4, but then Sun Devils will be right back at it, up 5-on-4, and you imagine probably Sam Murphy, if she doesn't come out of the box and join the play, she'll probably be in this power play at some point.
So it looks like they'll line up with 4 of their second unit players out there. Brown loses the draw, but is on the puck immediately. Now down low is Swanson. Swanson at the near post, and it's covered by Olivia Cronin. So 1:53 left on this ASU power play here. Second unit is out there. Face off to the left of Cronin. Kylie Brown to take it for the Sun Devils. Lost that momentarily as it comes to the line, but not out. Good job by Kate Streak. Now Swanson, top of the point, Streak. And Swanson play catch, she'll throw this to the net, and that misses just wide. GCU potential break here, they got a player streaking, they cannot find them. Hit into the board hard is Swanson, no call in the play as a ring will lead the attack. To Draper. Now Brown has space, shoots, scores! Pick the corner, Kylie Brown. What a way to score your first goal.
Great shot there from Brown. Behind the play, you had Swanson and Song tangled up in front of the penalty box. And then the other way, the Sun Devils get an opportunity out of it. Brown right there on the doorstep. Beautiful shot, finding the back of the net. And again, a power play goal for the Sun Devils. Make it 3 power play goals on the day.
Boy, for the right-handed shot, Kylie Brown, that short side high slot is so appealing, especially coming in on your forehand. And boy, she picked that perfectly. No chance for Cronin. So Bonello, Benson in the middle. GCU able to get this out. Goes the length of the ice. Jarvis will lose that race. It's a heck of a job. I believe that was Faith Horner. Check that. Lauren Mahoney. Scramble at the side of the net. Eatinger down. Puck goes wide, and Jarvis has this for ASU. Outlets it to Liv Levell. Off her stick and out of the zone. Scramble at the red line as Olsen gets this deep. Confusion at the ASU bench, and now they have 5 players on the ice. Brianne Powell comes off in the change. Levell evades a stick check. Loses the puck as GCU takes over in their own end. Dangerous pass in front just behind a player. Levell takes over, turned right back over, and it's banked into the ASU end. Mia Jarvis has time. Stops up. Good evasive maneuver there to buy herself even more time and finds Brianne Powell. Circles it back, is trapped a little bit by 2 GCU players as they poke it free for Claire Bolin. Mara Draper has space. 2-on-4. Draper drops this to the point. DeZane now hits Canna Coons, who shoots just wide of the goal. Cronin screened on that one the whole way. Back to Coons. Thought about it for a moment, but gives it back down low as she was on one knee, unable to keep that puck in.
Great edge work there from Coons on that last shot to even get a shot off and fire just wide. Great effort from the blue line from Coons.
So Ava Johnson lost the battle there as Brown in front. Now it's Label spinning, but was unable to get it through. Coons knocked her player down there and keeps it in. Tried to fire it towards the goal, but will send it to her partner DeZane. DeZane has time, fires, just missed high. Now Kylie Brown wheeling and dealing. A little bit of contact there as they are unable, the Sun Devils are, to hold the offensive blue line. Good work by DeZane to get it to her partner Coons. Coons lost that in her skates, but no harm done. Now DeZane off the stick of Paige Ring, too far for Label. GCU has the puck, but turned right back over as Sydney Paulson gets it at the blue line. GCU possesses it now. Over their blue line, Artiega, dangerous bank in front of Eatinger. Luckily, Streak was there. Now our partner McKenna has it. headmans it for Label. Gets the red line, but is met immediately by Elaine Richardson. Now McKenna steps around for a moment, but just gets it below the goal line. Label mixing it up behind the goal. 2-on-2 battle ensues. ASU comes out with the puck. It's Paige Ring. Circled in front, tipped on goal, save made. Rebound is cleared away by the Lopes.
Sun Devils do a really good job. Puck's in the corner. They get it back into the slot to get an opportunity out of it. There was another chance for ASU on that same kind of play.
So an even 40 shots on goal for the Sun Devils. As Lula Swanson takes it. Sends it to Streak, back for McKenna. McKenna has time, fires, but it's blocked in front by Elizabeth Ramsey. McKenna has time, surveys. Banks it off the boards. That was in the skate of Paige Bryan. Sun Devils on the forecheck in the neutral zone. Puck pops out into the GCU penalty box, and that'll stop play.
As you're seeing the play maybe get a little bit more physical from both sides, I think head coach Lindsay Ellis should probably just continue the message to the team if she hasn't said it already. You don't want any penalties. You don't want any injuries. Certainly in a game like this, GCU doesn't want any injuries either, but just play a clean last 8 minutes and come out with a win.
Especially not in your home opener, season opener, that is. Two teams, again, will play tomorrow night in Phoenix as GCU will host the Sun Devils in the back half of this home-and-home series to start the season for ASU. Kept in by Bolin, rimmed around below the goal. Evelyn Olsen is there to retrieve. Olsen looking in front. Swanson, what a save by Cronin. Point blank on Lula Swanson.
That's a real nice save there from Cronin. The puck comes below the goal line, and all of a sudden it's right in front of her. And Cronin has to make a strong save. She does. Able to close up the pads as it looks like ASU tried to sneak that one short or between the legs of Cronin there. Cronin's able to come up to the task, and overall, not a bad game from Cronin today. She's had to face 41 shots, and she's only given up 7 goals. A couple of them on the power play, which you don't falter for necessarily either.
Also for GCU on the 5-on-5 play, they've kept their scoring chances relatively to the outside. We haven't seen many of those chances come point blank. They've clogged up the middle for the most part. Battle ensues below the goal line in the ASU end. Kept in, says the linesman, but only for a moment, as here's Kylie Brown breaking away with Sydney Paulson 2-on-1. Brown keeps it, shoots, glove save, rebound is loose, but Cronin able to cover that just in time.
There you see Cronin flashing the leather there that time. It looked like Brown tried to go up and to the left over the glove of Cronin, but she's able to get enough on it to keep it in front of her. Another player who's had a real nice game for ASU. Does not look like a freshman the way she's playing. Kylie Brown has been phenomenal. She slides in to take this face-off. She's had a real nice game, her first with ASU.
Brown, the aforementioned player from Bend, Oregon, has it. Fires it into the glove once again of Olivia Cronin. And although she's from Bend, Oregon, played her hockey in the Metro Detroit area for the Bell Tire Academy. She will take the face-off to Cronin's left, scramble draw in the feet. It's shoveled out. Coons will retrieve this as it goes far enough on goal, and Quinn Eatinger will cover it. Lori Artiega hounding Hannah Coons the whole way, putting some pressure on there.
Yeah, that's sort of a no man's land spot if you're Quinn Eatinger. You don't want to come too far out and risk not playing the puck well enough to give an opportunity for Artiega there, but at the same time, you don't want to move at the last minute and end up getting sprayed, and looked like the second half of it was more so what happened.
So Draper goes down off the draw, puck shoveled just wide. It's to Zane. Now Draper. Good pressure applied by GCU, and they have it. Shoveled on goal off the stick of Artiega. Hit a stick in front. Eatinger able to swallow that one up for a stoppage. Although Eatinger was sliding to her left, the faceoff will come to her right. Murphy will take that once again against Elaine Richardson. Wins it back cleanly. Dezane pressured but rims it around. Too far for Coons. Dezane first to that one, rims it for Brienne Powell this time, and she's able to get away with speed. Brienne Powell with a nifty stick there, going one-on-one, potentially looking for more help, and she gets it. 3-on-4 now. Brienne Powell looking for Elaine, doesn't get it. Roaming on the outside. Now backdoor pass, shot just wide. Now Powell has it at the top of the point. Whistle blown. Interference call coming. We'll see who this penalty goes against. So it looks like it'll be Sam Murphy, her second penalty of this game. This time it's 2 for interference. So GCU, with 6 minutes remaining, goes back in the power play, Ari.
Yeah, before that power play there for now GCU, ASU did another good job. They've done a good job all day of making those opportunities when they've got the puck up against the boards on the half wall, finding a spot in the slot or across ice, drawing the attention to one side of the ice. Sam Murphy, though, picks up an interference penalty, and now here comes GCU.
Hewitt, shot, deflected in. So there's a power play goal for the Lopes, and it's 7-3. So Peyton Hewitt keep the puck. That's her first collegiate goal for the freshman defenseman.
Yeah, Hewitt's been involved in the action quite a bit for GCU today, so good for her to find the back of the net. And that was a good job by GCU of putting traffic in front. Of course, as a goaltender, really the two hardest things is when you've got traffic in front and they just cause deflections, and then one-timers where you got to slide from one side to the other. That time, good deflection, either a deflection in front or just good screening, allows the puck to find the back of the net behind Etinger.
It's Natalie Saldi who draws the assist. She fed Peyton Hewitt at the point on that power play goal. She has it here once again. In the middle, intercepted. Paige Bryan was tripped up, went down, no call on the play. As GCU looking to get this out, Jarvis attempts to keep it in, second effort. They say it came out of the zone, so GCU has time behind the goal. Rimmed around off the glass, kicked out. Good play by Claire Bolin, using the sewer ball skills to the test there. As Swanson headmans at cross ice, no one home. That was too far for Paige Ring. Rimmed around, kept in by Label. She's not to her feet, or off her feet, I should say. Now Kylie Brown has time. Cuts back, loses an edge momentarily. Sun Devils have to recover now on defense. It looks like a penalty will come on the play here, so it's a parade at the box right now for both teams.
Yeah, well, that was unfortunate there for ASU. Just a blown tire behind the play leads to what looks like will actually be a power play. Elaine Richardson is going to the box, and now Lindsay Ellis will call her one timeout of the game to talk things over before this final 4.5.
Potentially just trying to settle her team down going forward. I mean, long stretch without a whistle, you know, they may be a little bit tired. Just looking to settle play and kind of keep their composure potentially.
Well, now you've got 2 minutes here on a power play that you don't have to use as a power play. You can use this, you've got a man advantage. You can keep the puck all throughout the neutral zone and just sort of play keep away for the next 2 minutes. That kills off half of the remainder of this game, so at least you're not forcing yourself into bad opportunities that could, one, lead to a goal, or also just maybe you don't want to get caught up in any sort of physical type of play on this 5-on-4. Obviously, when you're shorthanded, you have to play physical. You have to get those players out of the net, out of the crease, and out of harm's way. So GCU, you got to expect, is probably going to do that, and perhaps that's some of the message there for Lindsay Ellis and ASU is just stay out of trouble for the next 4.5 minutes, and you'll walk away out of here with a win.
Murphy, Powell, Paulson, McKenna, and Coons will quarterback this power play here. McKenna has time, fires off the stick of Cronin. McKenna recovers, shields the puck, working to the top of the point, drops it for Coons, who has space. Coons winds, fires into the chest, rebound, they score! It's Sydney Paulson on the rebound. This power play continues to buzz.
How about a power play and a shorthanded goal for Sydney Paulson, one of the familiar faces from last year. 2 goals on the day. And Paulson picking up right where she left off last year with a pair to open the season.
How about assist number 2 from Hannah Coons as well? Eerily similar to her first assist on the Paige Ring goal. She just got it to the net. I said it earlier, just get to the net, anything can happen. And good tip in the high slot from, or right in front of the goal, I should say, by Sydney Paulson.
Seems like a good use of a timeout, too.
So both teams on each of their last 2 power plays have scored within the first 20 seconds of said man advantages. Pretty efficient if you ask me. Murphy works this back to DeZane. Off her stick, but she's hounded by a defender. Backhand flip pass to Murphy. Look across for Coons. Covers that off the bank. Coons goes cross ice. Good job to flip the ice by her. Gets it to Mara Draper. Draper can't get that pass deep. It's turned over right in front of the goal as Powell had a great A chance, but couldn't corral it in time to get it close enough in front of the goal. It kind of slid off her stick, and now another chance in front. That was Mara Draper. The GCU defenseman was there to make a play. And one of the mentioned changing was Brienne Powell as Claire Bolin was trying to send a headman pass her way. The aforementioned Bolin has the puck as Kylie Brown recovers. Brown tripped up, penalty coming. So ASU with 3:10 left to go in this third period, back to the man advantage.
Yeah, now three, maybe 4 power play goals. I think it's 3 power play goals on the day for the Sun Devils out of their 8. And it might have even been each of the last 3 or so opportunities, maybe 3 of the last 4 that they've scored on those power play chances. So certainly whatever in-game adjustments they've been making, or perhaps it's just getting more familiar, seems to be working.
Second unit out for ASU is scramble draw. Kylie Brown controls, but it's shot off the stick of Swanson. Go over to Paige Ring on the far side. Down low, now back in the middle. Looking cross ice. Brown has it just wide of the glove side of Cronin. ASU controls it once again. Off the stick of Paige Ring at the half wall, cleared the length of the ice by GCU. Freshman defenseman Kate Streak behind their own goal. Headmans it to Ring, who tap passes it in the middle for Swanson. Kylie Brown controls. Stops up and surveys, back to the top for Streak. Streak plays catch with Brown, settles that puck down, evades the check. Peyton Hewitt momentarily. Puck kept in, rimmed around. Swanson has it. Stick checked, puck couldn't go to her intended target in front of the net.
So you see on these ASU power plays, it's much more east to west than GCU's maybe just getting a shot from the point and creating traffic in front. They like to work it left to right on these offensive zone chances.
Murphy with speed, cuts wide. Likes to go behind the net, surveys. Feathers one in front, Paulson save, rebound is loose, and Cronin gets on top of that. Boy, Sydney Paulson had not 1 but 2 chances for the Hattie.
Yeah, she was smelling a hat trick there, got a couple good whacks at it. Looked like the first one, maybe she didn't get enough on the puck, or it was just a great pad save from Cronin to get down there with the right pad. Of course, you've got the connection there. I think it was Murphy who passed it to her. These 2 players have been playing with each other for some time, so they've certainly got the team chemistry. That's something to watch for the rest of this season.
Well, although they're not on the same line, same power play unit, as Murphy has a crack at it. Stick save made by Cronin. Steered to the corner. Coons tries to keep this puck in, and she's successful. Coons spreads the ice out as Murphy has time in the middle. Powell trying to hound it. Murphy trying to win the race to the puck. Cleared the line. That'll get out just past the stick of Hannah Coons. Artiega, first forechecker on her. She read the cut back by Coons, but able to get this up the wall to McKenna. There's a lot of space here. Fumbles with the puck. It's okay, because Hannah Coons is right there to carry it. Through the legs, but then Sun Devils in the middle of a change. A little bit scrambly for them in the neutral zone. Second unit comes on, I guess, but penalty over. GCU kills that one off as that one goes just wide. A minute left to go here in regulation. That's shot just wide of the goal by Ring. Rimmed around Mahoney. Back to Mia Jarvis. She keeps that in, and a rainbow shot is just wide of Olivia Cronin. Banked up the wall. Burlmeyer's got a change. Look out here. Bit of an awkward play for ASU. Potentially a miscue as Mia Jarvis is back to recover. Jarvis has room. She goes for a skate. Unable to make a play on the stick of Liv Leavell, and she gets it deep. Offside. Sun Devils have to tag up. That gives GCU a chance to break out. Puck in the middle. Label intercepts that, and she moves in alone on goal. Label and scores. What a move, what a goal. Kylie Label.
Well, that's a good way to cap off this opening night victory for the Sun Devils, as it's another unique scorer onto the score sheet for ASU. Label gets her first with ASU as well. The freshman finds the back of the net. 9 goals on the game. A lot of unique scores. A lot of unique people getting points, so she'll keep that puck to tack on one more before this one's over.
Well, good thing the referees have a spare stash of pucks. There's been a lot handed out on both sides. A lot of newcomers getting their first collegiate goals here tonight, something you love to see.
Absolutely.
So the clock will tick down on this one as Jarvis gets this deep. And that'll do it. The 7th-ranked Sun Devils show everybody why it's a 9-3 victory in the first half of this home-and-home series.
Yeah, well, these two teams, like we talked about a couple times on the broadcast, are going to meet tomorrow night. So some of the stuff that carries over from today, or so I should say some of the stuff that happened today, will carry over to tomorrow. They'll do their handshake line before they meet probably about 24 hours from now for the second game of this home and home. But all things considered, this is a good start to the year for ASU, putting up 9 goals. A lot of people getting onto the score sheet, several newcomers, Swanson in there, Labeled getting her first with maroon and gold. A lot of assists for new faces as well. You've got the returners doing their job with McKenna and Paulson and Sam Murphy. 4 goals combined between the 3 of them. All things considered, top to bottom, a good effort from the Sun Devil team to kick off the season.
Speed and skill on full display here for the Sun Devils. 9 goals on 50 shots. They hold GCU to just 20 shots, so an even shot total across the board. And again, just a huge thank you to everyone for all the continued support, as this is our first broadcast of the year for women's hockey. Many more to come. It's going to be an exciting season for this Arizona State team, ranked 7th, coming in with an emphatic 9-3 victory here on this Friday night at the Mountain America Community Iceplex. They salute their fans, and what a way to open the season. ASU and GCU will do it all again tomorrow at Arcadia Ice Arena in Phoenix. For everyone here at Inferno TV, for Brady Hansen, for Ari Wall, for Jordan and James, who filled in on our intermission report, and to all of you who continue to support us throughout this journey, we cannot thank you enough. Lachlan McTagg here saying good night from the Mountain America Community Iceplex. We'll see you next time.